At some point, the sexual assaults became so egregious to me that I just told him to stop. And at that point, I quit the church. It was my only way to cope with this confusion.
Dan and his three brothers were active in their local Catholic church from a young age. They were raised to revere the priest. But after years of abuse and cover-up within the church, Dan left the church with horror stories that caused him years of trauma. Decades later, his local parish hired a new priest, Father Tim Stier. The Thomas P. Doyle Award is given each year by Child USA to individuals who courageously step forward to call out institutions that endanger children. Professor Leslie Griffin established the award and provides a generous stipend to awardees. Thank you so much, Leslie.
So I'd been in the priesthood going on 20 years. By then, we knew there was a lot of abuse going on.
While Father Stier was aware of some of the abuse occurring in the Catholic diocese and even within his parish, he was urged by the church to keep his issues quiet. Meanwhile, Dan and his older brother John continued to struggle with the trauma caused by this abuse.
Apparently John was going through a psychotic break, and we just didn't get it. My brother John was a fisherman, and at about midnight the night before, he severed his own hand, and he was in intensive care, and they were trying to save his hand. At some point, Father Clark, who was the hospital chaplain, came into the room without permission, and my brother John all of a sudden just reacts. There were alarms going off on his heart. The nurses rushed in, and my brother Mike had the intuition that it was caused by this priest, and so he forced the priest to leave. And when he left, my brother John calmed down. And it occurred to me that what happened to me happened to John. And that explained what he did.
After this experience, Dan found the courage to come forward with his family's story in local news sources.
When the story came out, it was quite a big deal in my community, and because a lot of people remembered Father Clark.
I got hammered in the press. I got letters of the editor calling me a liar, calling me a gold digger.
So I asked the reporter to tell Dan that I'd love to meet him, and he showed up at the parish one Friday morning in 2004. I invited him into the house where he and his brothers were molested, and he told me his story over a period of 2 to 3 hours. I was so overwhelmed with anger, sadness, horror at what he and his brothers experienced.
I got lucky. Father Stier was compassionate, and he believed me, and he was sorry.
That visit changed my whole life. I knew I couldn't go on with business as usual. I made an appointment with the bishop and told him that unless he was willing to do a dialogue about the abuse of children, second-class status of women, and the inferior status of gay and lesbian Catholics, that I could no longer represent the institution.
Because of Father Stier's open criticism, the church laicized him, which removed his priestly functions and eliminated his association with the church.
He had this idea that he should start a protest at the cathedral. He goes and invites all these former parishioners from different parishes and friends to come and be there to protest with him.
He was reliably there every Sunday for 10 years. That work was really important to keeping this issue elevated.
There are so many ways that Tim has touched people's lives, and he has no idea how that reverberated after those people met him.
The hard work and dedication that Father Stier has committed to help survivors get justice has been integral in keeping these issues visible and making sure survivors know they matter. This aligns with the work of Child USA, helping survivors get the justice they deserve.
Child USA is the crowbar that pries open those opportunities. I benefited from a window being open. It gave me a path to the truth. I got a measure of justice and a measure of healing. Father Stier had such an indelible impact on me, but Father Stier has had the same impact on 100 other people who have come to him for help.
So when Child USA said they'd like to honor me with this award, I'm not used to getting a lot of affirmation. It's so helped my morale. I just feel so uplifted and renewed.
Tim, you are perfect for the Thomas P. Doyle Award. Congratulations, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Tim, I am so proud of you, and I'm so excited that an organization like Child USA is honoring you. That is an incredible achievement. All you've done has made a difference.